June of 2024, families quietly packed their bags and left this wealthy neighborhood of mansions and high-end homes for good, leaving many homes in perfect condition, even with belongings inside. But I knew this was no coincidence. This is Lowdown County, Virginia, where this same exact event has been quietly playing out for years now. Entire neighborhoods out here are going abandoned, and this one is no exception. For an entire year, these homes averaging 10 acres and 5,000 square feet have sat abandoned. People just walked away from their million-dollar estates. But why? My first thought was industrial development, but this was not the case either. In fact, I couldn't find any public information at all. That was until I found a home that was lived in. An old man answered the door. This was his bed and breakfast that he had no intention of abandoning. His father owned this land, living in this farmhouse built in the 1910s. In the 50s, he built this guest house. Then in the 80s, he subdivided the land, building single-family estates for families raising horses. He gifted his sons a street. The old man turned his home into a B&B. His brother built a home across the road and then built a second home to rent out. But that's all the information I got. The next day, he couldn't speak to me anymore. Someone had called him about my presence. But trust me, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. This was my biggest video I filmed out on a whim. I noticed all these homes had sold at the exact same time. That was it. I came out here knowing nothing.
Oh my gosh, this is insane. Dude, these are literally like $1 million homes each. Oh my gosh. They're huge. Pools and everything. How is this real? This is actually one of the most unreal places I've ever seen. So the doors are open on these houses, just wide open. This is gonna be very easy to film. The scale of this place though is insane already. I mean, I don't know how they could convince people with $1 million homes like this to just get up and leave. This might be one of the craziest videos of all time out here, at least in my opinion. It just keeps going too. There are so many houses here. Oh, this is gonna take 2 days to film for sure. This neighborhood is so large and so spread out that my drone can't even like get around. There's this really big mansion up here at the beginning. I think we're gonna explore that first. Wow, it's got a pool and everything. Wow. Look at the size of this house, dude.
Dang, that's actually big.
Yeah. This is like one video, but we have 15 videos. Okay, I'm landing the drone. I'm so excited right now, dude. Oh my gosh.
Dude, there might be like everything left and
all. Dude, yeah.
Wow.
This is gonna take a while. I'm gonna take my time with this place. You guys are gonna love this. I know already. Like, I don't know how this is real. All right, so we're parked up at a school. This is like, dude, probably so many kids. Probably kids that went to this school lived in this neighborhood.
It's gonna be worth it for sure.
Yeah.
Super excited.
I don't even know what we're gonna find. We're like the first people to check this out. No one's ever found this before. So let's get into it, guys. I'm real excited.
Now, I came in here knowing nothing. We'll learn as we go. But originally, I thought this was about 15 homes. It turned out to be about 30. This was the first street we started out on. I would soon find out there were more, and that this would take multiple days. As we went house by house, we slowly discovered the full story that happened here.
There it is, guys. Genuinely insane. Yeah, look at this, guys. So this is our first spot here. I'll show you guys like a little B-roll of the front. We just want to get in here before cars come. Look at that 3-car garage. Yeah, this place is definitely abandoned, folks. And it's wide open. Oh my gosh. This is unreal. You can see already, they've clearly they're starting to do salvage here. So there's not much left here, it appears, but I think other houses, it's all random. They're all gonna have different stuff left behind, or maybe not, if that makes sense. Kind of each homeowner will just like leave things behind, or they'll take everything. It all depends. Here's like the stairway, but just a wild sight. Let's see what's upstairs. So these would be like one of the bedrooms. Here's like one of the bathrooms. Not that interesting, actually. So I know absolutely nothing about why these are abandoned, but I'm almost 100% certain it's because of data centers. Look in the garage, it's empty. But yeah, I think this all was bought by a data center company. and it's gonna be knocked down, which is just shocking. I mean, look at these, look at this. It's huge. Here's like the garage. There's nothing left. They salvaged these windows. It's not flooded, so this must have happened kind of recently. Oh, it's real moldy in here. Jeez, I mean, all the new materials, the paint, everything, almost smells like it's been on fire, strangely. But that's it. I mean, a huge house, but it's empty. I think despite how crazy this is, it's just exciting at the same time because I'm the first to check this out. I don't know what to expect in any of these homes. There could be some insane stuff left behind at some of these houses, not to mention just the apocalyptic views that we're about to see. So let's keep going. So right there, they dug out the septic tank, and here is the pool, guys. Look at this. Luxury home, truly. It's been sitting for some time. They even have a pool house. I wonder just how long this has been sitting.
There's not much to go off of this house, but what I can infer is that it was probably owned by a family since it was so close to the high school. Also, the days that people worked here, this place was being taken apart every day. Salvage companies, to be specific. This place was going to be demolished, and likely soon.
So right now, oh wow, look at that plane. I got distracted, sorry. So there are houses like along the main road, but we're gonna venture right into the neighborhood, I think, first. Basically, we don't want to be walking on the main street where people can see us. Soon we'll start walking down the roads here. Already see up ahead, 2 abandoned houses. Mansions, I should say. Look at these things, they're huge. But yeah, there's one right down there too. This won't be here long, there's lots of equipment, but look at the acreage here. This is a expensive lot. So just how much of this neighborhood has been bought, I really don't actually know. I don't know how far this spans, but there are a lot of abandoned mansions very deep just down the road, just driving by. So this could be like one of the most unreal spots. But here we're up on the second house right here. People already smashed it. This ain't gonna be here long. So yeah, this is kind of empty here. Oh, maybe not. Such a wonderful house. The kitchen, everything's new here. More modern, I should say. That's the crazy part to me. Bunch of junk. Oh, it stings my eyes in here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you know what that was, guys? There's pepper spray in that room. I can't see. So, guys, basically the SWAT team, I think, is doing training out here right now. That's why there's holes in this house. But yeah, literally, oh, that whole garage just burned my eyes. You could see it maybe. But that's the deal with that. So I'm a little scared to even go in some of these rooms here. If my eyes start burning again, well, we're gonna get out of here. Wow, this is some luxury. Gosh, can you imagine having a house like this? This is not a neighborhood I grew up in, but yeah, it's empty. You can see shotgun shells on the floor. They were shooting through the windows. There's literally bullet holes. Oh my gosh. But yeah. Oh, this whole house stings my eyes. So this leads to the actual neighborhood. You can see the excavators out here. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to mention, guys, they even have a pool. Dang it. I don't want to cross that again, but look at that. Beautiful.
It definitely appeared that developers had bought all these homes. This one specifically was requested by the SWAT team to be used for training. This happens sometimes when homes are going to be demolished. At least it's going to somewhat good use.
But up over here we have another house right there. So this is the actual road. It's a gravel road, so I think it's unincorporated. Like, this was never actually part of the city. This is like a little rural town individual from the city. Here it starts to, you know, this is their private driveways here. You can see how overgrown it is. So here we're walking up to the house. This is just apocalyptic.
This home was built in 1988, only 1988. It was 3,500 square feet.
So this is very bad. Good thing I didn't open that door. There's wasps crawling all inside this garage. So we're gonna, oh my gosh, there's bees everywhere. We gotta avoid that. Well, here's the way inside here. Looks to be a couple things left behind, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm really afraid of these wasps. Nothing much up in here. Oh my gosh, they're flying all inside there, aren't they? I just seen one. They're everywhere, guys. Okay, yeah, I'm skipping this house. So Enrique trailed a little bit behind here, but he's in for a surprise when he sees the wasps. Should I tell him, guys? What do you think? Maybe it'll be a more interesting video and they don't even attack him. Yeah, those wasps are actually terrifying. If you guys ever own a property and you want to keep people out, just put a bunch of bees in there and no one's gonna go in there. You know, it's a smaller house. There'll be more interesting ones, I think. Now here we are on the actual street and that goes down. Look at all the mailboxes everywhere. This is where it's closed off. There is another house right on the corner. Maybe we'll check out. This was part of this huge house, or this was a part of this property over here, I think. But these are horse stables. It says this is an equine facility. So there used to be horse racers here. Look at that. There's that house there. Maybe we should go there. Driving by this though, I just wonder like where all the horses went. How they had to be relocated. I mean, this whole neighborhood was all just for horses. Really extravagant spot. So this one right here is right up at the main road. See, they've removed some things. Yeah, it's not as big as I thought.
This home was built in '87 and it had been lived in for 2 decades. Probably an older person lived here. It sold for over $500,000 more than what it should have sold for. In fact, I found out most of these homes, if not all, sold for way more.
We got a couch. So they did leave a couple things behind here. Once again, just very new or newer stuff. So this goes up. We'll check out the upstairs. So this was some sort of playroom, or maybe the bedroom. It's actually a lot bigger than it looks from the outside, but here's that. Wow, in just a very short amount of time, this is already decayed. That's all, I don't know. It's gotta be from the ceiling falling apart, but these skylights are pretty cool. All right, let's go back downstairs. What a very cozy property. Here we have the garage. We have some lockers over there. This should lead to the basement. Yeah, this is all that they left is just these couches. That's what I saw in the window at the beginning. Alrighty, folks, back off to the main part of the neighborhood here. This is where the streets are gonna be all private and stuff, so no one's gonna bother us just walking down the street. So people kind of saw me from the main road, but honestly, this place is so big, if someone ever does come, it'd be super easy to hide. There's a sign saying like security cameras up at the front gate, but they're usually phony. No one really bothers to put them in. It's just crazy how eerily quiet it is. Here's our first house along this very long road. Look at that one, that one's burnt. This one might have everything left, guys. Look at all these children's bicycles.
To my shock, this was full of everything.
Oh my gosh. They left a lot, that's for sure. This one's real tagged up though. Look at that newer countertop. So yeah, you could see, sadly. Ah! Dang, bro.
You were trying to scare me in the other house. I kept hearing noises.
No.
Dude, I thought you were trying to get out of me.
Oh. So I think this one's gonna be really the first maybe house with a lot left. I see like children's backpacks on the ground. There's quite a bit of stuff left here. You can get a feel for who lived here, actually. There's some furniture. Just a lot of stuff on the shelves. I mean, look at this, guys. Oh, there's a tarantula hawk wasp. Those things are scary. They're all out here, I guess. But, yeah, look at all the personal stuff. They left clothing and all sorts of things. I think that's maybe a record player or something, or just a normal drawer. Then we got a painting here. Could have been painted by one of the family members. Gosh, look at all this. Look at that. I will miss this place. I actually think somebody wrote here before they moved out. I mean, that makes sense. Here's the stairs going up. They actually left a decent amount here. This is sad. Look at that. Goodbye. One of the kids must have wrote that, I think. Who used to live here. 9191. So usually the basements have a lot left. This looks like just trash. But here we go. My goodness. This must have been a guest suite, but it looks like somebody lived here. I mean, it was probably a big family. This looks like a family neighborhood. So I think this was a girl's room. There's like girls' hygiene stuff there. And there's a debit card there. Just out for the taking. Yeah, definitely like either this was like rented or I don't know, because we have a whole kitchen back here just full of food. There's a lot of personal stuff left, actually. Best friends. Likely a girl that lived here, I think. Oh my gosh. Look at that, guys. There was a ton of bedrooms here. This must have been a huge family. They left their shoes behind on this, well, girls have smaller shoes, but it might have been a younger girl, even still. You could see some stuff drawn by her. Horses, probably because this neighborhood's like real big on horses. I mean, we got shoes. There's a lot left here. They took that out, whatever that is. This must have been another bedroom, guys. There's a lot here. And there's so many things on the wall, like, I guess the parents just allowed their kids to do that. This must have been the boys' room, though. We have, like, posters, and we have science books all over the floor. So, yeah. Definitely, like, big family. Lots of younger kids. But as we go upstairs, yeah, I was right. Like, the downstairs usually has the most amount of stuff left behind when it comes to this stuff. Usually people have to quickly leave, so they don't, like, really bother. Because the downstairs is really hard to get stuff out of. The upstairs as well, so we might have stuff left behind up here. Here's the upstairs. This is pretty typical. We have lots of clothes just scattered all over the floor and trash. There's even hair from the old owner. I don't know how big this family must have been. We have a note written on the wall. A place called home no longer stands, but the silent echoes of child's play forever gone. Must have been the last note as well from the previous people here. Look at this. Little girls' drawings, I think. Wow, definitely another little girl's room. Clothing, more clothing. Just how big was this family, though? Look at this. Every room has kids' things in it. Very odd. This one's a little bit more empty. This might have been the master here. Maybe. There's not a whole lot left. Yeah, that ain't much. This is the outside. Obviously been sitting long enough for the fan to start drooping. I'm just worried about wasps. Wow, look at this pool, guys. But yeah, actually a decent sized house. Here's the pool in this house. This was no poor family, and there's a big fire pit here for some reason. Maybe they just did that for fun. But this is a nice pool. I mean, all of these are. Look at that. They even got like a little playground back there. My goodness. So this is like our first house here where we actually get to see a little bit about the family that used to live here, how they felt right before they left, and the stuff they left behind, who lived here. I mean, it was clearly a big family, And yeah, they definitely were very sad to leave their house, just judging by all the things on the walls. That's what they call progress, I guess. Can you believe that? Imagine having to get up and leave this. This is one heck of a nice property. Just walking up to the front here, I mean, this is just apocalyptic. This is a newer home, an 80s or 90s house. But yeah, I mean, clearly this family, they were allowed to like just destroy everything because all these homes are going to get demolished. So they really ransacked that house. I don't even think it was vandals. I don't think anybody really knows about this place. It was literally the family that just completely spray painted their childhood home. Imagine doing that, like completely wrecking your house. These people are never going to live here again. That's it. Their house is gone. Here we have the next house. I don't know what happened here. This could have been due to training, but then they boarded it up, which is a bit odd. Not entirely sure what could have transpired here, but I do see, yeah, I wonder what happened here. And they left all this stuff behind, couches and stuff. So there's a bunch of dead plants and stuff like that. Quite a few things left behind in here. This is quite strange, actually. There's literally rotting food here. Where did this family go? Some nice stuff. Everything, most stuff is left in the garage as well. There's a kid's stroller, so I think there were little kids living here as well. I bet you everything's in the fridge here as well. Oh my gosh. There's literally rotten eggs there. I bet you there's rotting food in here as well. Look at all the freaking bugs and maggots. That's the worst. That's how you know something weird is up, though. Also note, I tried. Frick that piano. There's like a piano at the front door. Now this is a bit strange because why is there all the food left? Now, maybe the family just seriously didn't care. The whole upstairs is completely burnt to a crisp. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. What? Everything's still in here. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Guys, look at this stuff. I think this house was inhabited and it caught fire. But why? Why is this in this neighborhood? Look at how bad this has gotten. It was so hot that it like melted stuff on the walls. This is holy cow. So this is the one room I think they were able to save some stuff, maybe the family, but I don't know. This is crazy. What the heck happened here? Oh, wow. First off, so many clothing. So much clothes. Look at that. The clothes are still in the closet. This and this room. Oh my gosh, this room is crazy. They literally, I think, left pretty much everything here. I mean, look, even there's all their clothing. This one is mad weird. Like, did the fire happen before they sold? and they just sold it right after? Or did they just leave everything behind and then the home was burnt down? It kind of looks like that because there is a tarp and there are boards. So maybe this caught fire very recently and then the home just sold. Wow, nature is really taking over though.
This was actually the first home that ever sold, strangely. Perhaps the developers preyed on the family first that had the fire. That's how they got their feet in the door, if a developer even bought all these homes. At least that's what I originally thought, but in fact this home sold at the same time as all the other ones. 2 months before it sold, there was still no fire. I wonder when it happened exactly. Now most of these items are fire damaged, full of toxic chemicals, and likely will never be used again. It appears after filming all these homes, all the items were being taken out. The fridge was completely gone on our second day there to get B-roll, and the food was left on the floor.
If one of my theories is the case, then that means that they lost everything. And they lost their property as well, which is pretty crazy. Imagine going through a house fire and then a developer just chooses to bulldoze your entire neighborhood. But here I see 2 more houses. This one looks like a similar one, 1980s. But this one looks like it was the first home built here years ago, decades ago. That one's real old. So here we got this one. Gosh, this goes far back there, by the way. This one looks to be empty. You got a bunch of wasps flying around here. Might have to be careful. This one's really cleared out. Ugh. So many wasps. And left that chandelier. This whole place is empty. It might have even like never sold to a family. I don't know. Looks like a house that'd be for sale or under construction, but here's a note to Hector Garcia who lived here. Just on the ground. This has to be one of the creepiest things ever. It's like The Walking Dead. I'm just walking, abandoned house, abandoned house, abandoned house. It's just everywhere. This is a whole nother street as well. Look at how many mailboxes there are here. And some of them still have mail inside. Is there a date? This says June 5th, 2025. They just left all their mail behind. This one's to Carol Schaefer. This one, it says vacant. So a lot of these homes, I don't know what year it doesn't say a year. They probably put those notes there for the mail people. Looks like a couple houses here that have been here before the rest of them. This is cool, like a variety of homes. Wonder what we'll find in here. What the heck went on here? It's like they had a little projector. This is over the fireplace. Wow, there's stuff left behind in this one. Pickled leaves or something. Wow. Quite the home, actually. Gotta be a 60s house, maybe. So these were the bedrooms. It says do not disturb sleeping. Well, this is clearly all the previous owner's stuff. Most definitely. I don't think anybody homeless has found out about this. Here's another room. I think this was from a child here. Because we see homework. Filmmaking class. Look at all this, guys. This is a real, wow, this is a real, look at the photos they drew here. Oh my gosh. Some kid's little coloring book. this is real sad. So this was definitely a child's room. I think another one, Awesome Wonderland. Lots of kids' things here. I wonder about the living situation because there's like a blanket on the floor, but maybe they took that with them, I would imagine. So that was our first older house, and it's kind of connected to this one. So I wonder if someone owned both these properties. It's very possible. This house is actually a lot bigger. Look. A lot bigger than I thought. It's got a huge addition to it. Yeah, look at that. This was added on way later. A whole tree has fallen on top of this home. Oh, it's a little bit scary. That is a massive tree. Oh, wow. This is a massive room here. Look at this place. What year do you think this was added on? This has fallen quite apart in a very short period of time. This one, it appears, is actively being salvaged. There's asbestos there, asbestos abatement. This was all added on though, because the older part of the house over there has asbestos, but this is, I think, was updated. Gosh, I wonder if they like left everything behind. The workers started like messing with stuff here. Can we even get in the part with the asbestos? Well, it goes downstairs. Look at this stuff. How long has this been sitting? Do you know how old this stuff is? Why is it here? That's weird. Let's go into this dark, creepy basement. I bet you there's some cool vintage trinkets back here. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I mean, they got this boiler here. This was like an old farmhouse. Very large house as well. I mean, we barely even got to explore some of the rooms over there. Look at the kind of architecture and stuff. Even got a generator there, but I think that's for the asbestos people.
This was the old man's father's farm, and it looks like he still owned the side house. They even rented it out, it appears, due to the items left behind. Usually that happens with renters.
So you can hear the airplane nearby here. There's a very small airport, but probably used for cargo shipping, which is why this spot was picked, I think. This place just keeps going, guys. Another modern house. Plenty more back there.
Apparently this one used to be bank owned and it sold a little bit later. There were still items inside.
Look at that, ring cameras on there. A lot left in here. Look at this modern appliance. Just gone to waste. Gross, there's food still here. Oh, it smells disgusting. There's rotting eggs, rotting food with bugs all over it. That's why it smells so bad. Quite the house. The ceilings are very tall, actually. Let's head on upstairs. There's a computer and a monitor. Must have been the computer room. Looks like things were kind of put in a way that maybe they had an estate sale. They didn't remove too much though. That's a really cool walkway. However, this had to be the master, I think. But not too much else we'll see here. So at this point you might be wondering, why do some people leave stuff behind and why do others just take everything. I would say some people just want to leave their lives behind, and sometimes it's quick when these developers come. They don't even have time to take stuff, but they're getting paid such a good amount of money that they don't even mind leaving everything. That's at least my theory. You never know, some strange things might have happened here. Now this is the part of the neighborhood where it gets very wooded. It's gonna be creepy, especially as it gets dark. I think the saddest part, all this nature is gonna go. Almost looks like this little dam. But there are so many sheds as well out in the woods. People like build little cabins and stuff on their properties. I hear all these animals though, frogs and stuff, trying to mate. They're all gonna die. That's it. It's a travesty. It's a true travesty here. Anyways, we got one house up here and some more back there. Look at this one. This is a wooded property. Might be my favorite one so far. It's crazy how they bought so many of these, because these are big parcels just as their own. This is really apocalyptic.
Originally 1.7 million, this one sold for almost 3 million.
How nice it is still. It's only been, I think, since the beginning of the year this was abandoned. Yeah, this one's gonna be empty. This has a lot of rooms though. They took a lot out of this one. It smells still pretty new. Now up the stairs we are. I'm just looking at some of these bedrooms. But yeah, newer materials. This one, it's like, it doesn't even look abandoned. It's so nice. So maybe they left a little later, maybe waiting for the better offer. But this, I think this was the master. All this new stuff though. Here would be the garage. It's empty. Here we have another home. And the driveway really doesn't look too bad. This is all the way at the end of the street now. As you walk up closer though, you'll see it is in fact abandoned. So here it looks like we got another like 80s house. Very unique to see these abandoned though. This is like a subdivision where I live and around where I live, and it's just so weird to see like the homes all abandoned.
This one was bought in 2001 and sold for 2 mil. It looks like the owners plan to subdivide their land and build another house before the buyout.
Question is just like, when did they leave? Did they all leave at once? There's a camera up there. This is just wide open though. Yeah, I figured this one would be empty too. It's a little different than the rest of the homes though. You can see back here, they did sell their deck. They sold the whole thing. They sold their entire kitchen actually, except this tacky chandelier. Ain't much in here. Some cool wallpaper from the time. Yeah, so not much over here. Although this room is really sick. Really sick. I love these skylights at these houses. And this was probably the master. Oh, look at that. Dear house, you are a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the house, with Buddy in the yard, more than that. You are a great house, very little trouble, and even more than that, a home for 24 years. Love always. Wow. I hate seeing stuff like that. It makes me sad for these people. Well, anyways, this was definitely the master suite. And this closet here. They really stripped this place clean though. Oh, and then this would be Master bathroom. You know, it's really incredibly sad and interesting to see the notes people leave. They write on their walls what they have to say about their house before they're gone forever. I wonder if they just write that for themselves or if they think somebody will see it and will understand their heartbreak. But I sure saw it, so it's quite interesting to see. It's like a note that may or may never be read. In this case, I've read it. So guys, there are several mansions along the street as well. I think we're gonna cut through these fields to go explore them because I don't want to park up at them and get in trouble if that does happen. We'll see. So I've linked back up with Enrique here, and honestly, there's like a big river, so we're gonna have to drive up to these spots. It's so new, no one knows about this, so I don't think anybody's gonna give us any problems. When people start coming to these places, that's when the problems arise, and that's when people get kicked out. But yeah, this is really chill. Nobody is doing anything here. It's just us that know about this, so really easy to get around. I love that.
Next to the neighborhood we were just in, we found a separate street connected to it. This neighborhood had 4 houses, one that was lived in by the old man. These 2 were the houses that his brother owned. One he lived in, and another he rented out. At the end of the street was a house that was separately owned, but probably my favorite house of them all.
Alright guys, so there is actually a whole nother abandoned subdivision here. And right now we're looking at the first house. It's a little bit later, so like I went to go eat. I was so exhausted, but we're back now and the sun has come out. And look at this house. It's very unique compared to the other ones. Look at this place. Really curious on what it's gonna be like inside. Wow. And look at that, the front door is just wide open. This one could be quite interesting. Oh, wow. That is really cool. This one is, oh my gosh, this one's really cool. First off, a couple things over there, some furniture. But look at this. Beautiful 70s architecture. Beautiful architecture. Wow. What a house. Look at that. Here we have the kitchen. This might be my favorite house. At least architecture wise. There's some expensive stuff they left here. They even got a little sunroom. Look at that. Wow. Oh, this property is insane. Look outside, yo. And they got like a barn over there. Maybe we could check out. Wow. And there's little fish in there. I just saw one jump. That's so sad. This is gonna be destroyed. This is really unbelievable. It's a lot bigger than I thought it would be, honestly. Here's the garage. Some stuff in there. You can see you got some of the older, some decay in there. You got some of the older patterns here on a house built around then. Oh yeah, you're looking at it.
This one's really cool.
I wanted to get your reaction.
Yeah.
This one's really sick.
Really nice, yeah.
Said it's empty. Yeah, the outside is awesome. They did leave some furniture behind too, actually. Yeah, and then there's like a secondary staircase. Oh, it's a whole nother bedroom back here. This was actually not a bedroom, it's an office. And there's books here. Still left behind. Wow. Some furniture there. Oh, wow, and this is all their stuff. Responsibility of Courage Award. We got their, what is it? Their graduation stuff. Bunch of trophies as well. Oh, look at that. That was the kid who lived here. Yeah, so this must have been another family that lived here. That's all his stuff, and he just left it here. Kind of crazy. Look at that, a diploma. And it was just left here. It's weird. There's a whole lot of stuff over in here. There's even signed baseball. That's signed as well, whatever that is. Seriously shocking how all these places are just wide open like that. I mean, this street is just, you could just drive down here and everything. I did want to check out this barn down here as well. But from this house, we can tell we have like at least a high school student that lived here. Maybe even more people, but that was the only room that had stuff. I mean, look at it. Really big place here as well. Very scenic. We don't have very much in here. Oh, wow, they left this. There's a toolbox for a truck. That is pretty expensive stuff, to be honest. So you guys think they had like a little truck shop here? Oh, there's so many wasps. Oh, guys, I keep forgetting the wasps are everywhere. So we're gonna continue on to the next spot.
This one was actually built in '85. I think this whole street was originally meant for the guy's family who still lives in that bed and breakfast right here. This was my favorite home in the entire neighborhood. The houses were about to get better and better as they got more and more unique as we go on. Since the majority of the street was one family, the original landowners, I'm not sure if this was always a separately owned house or if the family owned it at one point.
I mean, this is crazy, guys. It's like a free-for-all. Now, this house actually isn't abandoned. It's right at the end of the property line. But this side of the whole street is abandoned. We got another one here. This one, also a different design than the rest of the homes. I don't know if this neighborhood is directly built, connected to the other neighborhood that's back there.
This was a rented home.
Okay, no wasps. Whoa, this one's been sitting for a while. That's a big room they got here. It smells extremely moldy. Look at how many beer cans we have. What the heck was going on here? Oh, those were never used. Or those were never, yeah, those are used. This is quite odd. I wonder what the deal with this is. It's full of, it smells nasty. It's weird, there's like lots of food here. Or like, yeah, look at that, they left a lot of food behind. A lot of this is just sauces. Oh, and here's the garage. We got just a couple things here and there. Looks like that is a shelf to store, however. I wonder why that's there. They probably got this from a store that was closed or something, and they still used it. Otherwise, though, pretty empty. So this is honestly quite a tacky house. Just nothing's too interesting here. It's all white. I do want to see this upstairs though. This looks pretty cool. So we're gonna start in what I think is one of the bedrooms. Oh, there's actually some stuff in here. Just like the scraps. We got just a bunch of stuff kind of thrown about. Probably the things that they didn't need. Might have been an older person. We got like a massage chair. And then there's this. This is pretty big, wide room right here. We got a couch up here, still left behind. Pretty cool, like, overview as well. I like to show you the size of this house. I mean, the ceilings here are huge. What's up, dude?
This is snake. This one's cool too.
You like this one?
Yeah. Or I like the other one better, but
Yeah.
this is just unique, so that's why it's cool.
Quite unique, yeah.
Holy beer bottles too.
I know. What's up with that? That shows you how high I am, though. Guys, I think we have like 4 more houses left. I don't know what's gonna be in any of them, and I'm super excited to find out.
This one appeared to be definitely rented out for parties or something of the sort, but I wonder when the last time they actually used it was.
It's so crazy. I'm literally just on a house tour pretty much, just touring house after house. Some of them are new and some of them are like more abandoned. Here's the one property though that never sold. I don't know what's up with that. This is like a business they have here. But yeah, we got more homes right here. So this is the last home on this little subdivision. There's 2 more homes up there, I think. But there's this one. Now, all 3 of these houses are all unique. So I think this is not going to be any different. It's I haven't seen any of this design yet, so it should be cool. Oh, the front door is just wide open. Yep. A little doubtful about this one because the other property is, you know, still active. But look at that, the front door just wide open here. Wow. This one's really cleared out. They do have a piano. Jeez, I like that fireplace over there. The kitchen here, though, is completely intact. Even left some plants. There's a safe. Looks like someone tried it. Oh, look at that. I doubt that has anything in it, though. Yeah, doubt it. What do we have here? A bunch of seeds or something. Look at all that. What were these people doing? Airsoft canisters, or paintball gun stuff. Maybe people were playing paintball here. I don't know, it's weird. A bit weird. It's like rations right there, spaghetti and meat sauce. Wonder if these guys were preppers. There's a lot to this home, though. Oh, wow. Look at that. Must have been an older fella that lived here. There's a lot. This must be an addition here, I think. Oh, interesting. That's about it here. I think over here there. Oh yeah, this goes far back. Another big house, actually. Lots of rooms. This has a bunch of boxes. I always find it interesting, just like the fact that all the paint here is so, it like seems so fresh. In all these newer abandonments, it's quite interesting. Yeah, big house as well. A lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, definitely an addition. I'm shocked by how large these homes are. So up there, we got 2 more houses on the main road. We got this garden here they had. I wonder if there's actually any fruits or anything or vegetables.
This was the guy with the bed and breakfast brother's house, built in '92. It looked like this guy was pretty creative. He added additions to his house and he was into prepping, it looks like.
And you know, we passed by so many of these sheds. I mean, I probably counted 20 sheds at all these houses, but... So this is the front of the neighborhood. I don't know if it has a name or not. At least this part of the subdivision. I think it's just got the property stuff, the addresses. Ain't much. But over here, down here, we got some more. We got 2 more houses. this was honestly a huge shock to me, just the fact that this whole other section is also abandoned. I didn't even know. Like, we just have a whole extra little neighborhood pretty much abandoned.
I had no idea what was in store for me next. I thought these were the last two houses, but in fact, there'd be an entire new acreage of homes just left abandoned, and more down the street.
But here's the last row of homes, starting with this one. But you could see it's starting to get overgrown. A lot of money went into this driveway, I bet. Very eerie just being in here at the end of summer like this. Just knowing it's the end of an era, the end of this neighborhood, kind of. I mean, this almost doesn't seem real. I've never seen something like this in my life. I've seen kind of similar things, but nothing to this extent. Every house here is really large. Look at that, guys. This one's got a pool. Oh, this will be nice. God bless America. You think this is even abandoned? I bet it is. Oh, yeah. Yep, front door's kicked open. There's a whole lot of stuff out here in the front. Got kind of a cold breeze in here. There's actually quite a lot of stuff here too. Quite a nice house. Look at this here. They got one of those speakers throughout the house. I think that's what it is. Shows you the time period these homes were made. Pretty big though, once again. Wow. Oh, check this out. Look at this TV they got here. That's awesome. I wish they saved that, but who's gonna buy that anyways? Now this is full of stuff too. Bet the garage is also full. I think this is the way in. Oh yeah. Look at all this. This is stuff they're trying to take out, but I guess they never ended up doing it. Let's take a look outside. So here's the one of the little sunrooms, I guess, or pool houses, whatever you call it. There's a whole nest up in there. But yeah, here's the pool for you guys. If anybody wants to see that. This house is in pretty good shape. Must have been abandoned a little more recently. You can kind of see the moisture up there, though. What's up? Anyways, guys, this is the upstairs. There's a little secret room up here or something. But this appears to be the master. And there is a lot left behind here. Oh, this is that little secret room. Okay. Really nice. I like it. But yeah, just like scraps of stuff they were taking out, I guess. There's like another room that leads, I think, to the attic. I don't think there's anything in there. But this room, guys, this is sick. Look at this bathroom. Insanely nice. Insanely nice bathroom. This might be one of the best bathrooms I've seen so far. And to top it off, I mean, they left so much behind. Might have been an older person, I wonder. Just looking at some of the things here. This would be an awesome view. But here's like this bathroom. Bunch of their makeup in there. Glasses, I think. A lot of neat stuff. I wish you actually got a couple more rooms here. Such as this. There's just a couple things they left. There's actually a bed in this one. Don't know if someone was squatting, but definitely not. Here's like a box that says put away. There's nothing in there though. Hard to tell who actually lived here, despite all the things they left. Oh yeah, definitely an older person, I think. No, that's not. This was another family, guys. I think every house here was a family. Little Girl Scout things in the closet. We got this old suitcase from JFK. Don't know if it says a year or not. So I'm gonna check out the downstairs just because I'm curious on what's actually over here. Definitely smells moldy. But this is just full of stuff. Right here, this must be the utility room. There's a lot of trophies here. Those are from like 2005. Wow, this is their little storage area, I guess. Always leave really cool stuff in here. I feel like maybe there's like antiques here. For example, look at, oh, that's just a box, but I think these are collectibles. And yeah, just a bunch of toys and other junk. Some old like Mickey Mouse cups. Oh, and look at this, guys. This is an old, wow, it's an old camera. Complete with the, a lot of the original parts here. This might be complete by the looks of it. Yeah, look. I think this was for the Flash. Maybe. What the heck are these? Got like shark eggs in here. Why are these in here? Anyways, out of that room. The pipe room. Oh gosh, someone's really trying to get into this. This is still full. They never did get in there though. Doubt there'd be anything. What do we got here? Some kind of badge. Oh, this is a huge basement. Here's one of the shelves. Scissors. Nice fireplace. This is a really big basement. I love it. It could have even been for like guests because you have the kitchens down here. And it keeps on going. Oh yeah, more stuff. Doesn't look like too much though. Well, towards the end, guys, there's been a lot of interesting houses out here so far. I think we have one last house. Luckily, the sun is setting. It should set right when we finish up with this last one here. I'm blown away. Look at the sky up above me, guys. It's beautiful. But yeah, this is a magnificent property. It's so sad to see it like this.
I really like this house as well. Huge pool, a lot bigger than I thought. I think the square footage is wrong online. It says online though that the bottom half was rented out. Due to all the items left behind and the dates of them, I think an older person lived here. But maybe I'm wrong. There was some little girl stuff, but it could have been from their own childhood.
Well guys, here we go at the last house right here. This is another different design, I think, than the other homes that I've seen. But we have a huge backyard once again, and it looks like I see a slide for a pool. Now folks, sorry about the lack of lighting towards this time of evening here, but this is our last house, I think. Basketball hoop, so maybe there were like kids out here. Looks like quite a bit is left behind here. There's even a window that's open. Very interesting.
This is one of the few properties that was bought more recently by its previous owner. Bought in 2017 for $375,000 and sold for $1.5 million, like many of these other properties. This place was personally built by the old man himself. The rest of the homes were more custom built by the families living in this neighborhood. It appears this place was rented in 1 or 2 parts.
What the heck? Oh, that's it. This must have been some sort of office or something, or some kind of guest suite. Well, we'll find another way in, but in the meantime, look at all this junk just lying around. I really do wonder how much stuff they left behind. This pool, though, is sick. Really big pool. Once again, not a cheap property. Bunch of sheds and what have you back there. I think they got a greenhouse. But like all these properties do. There's the hot tub. There's even a playground behind me, so I think they had kids. Look at all this stuff they just left here. They did salvage the wooden beams here. Wow. Look at that old wood burning stove there they put in place of the fireplace. Now this place has been definitely updated a lot. This place is pretty destroyed though. I can understand why. A lot of this stuff is brand new. It looks like they're even in the middle of taking it out right now, by the looks of it. This is the front door right as you walk in. Whew. Well, they definitely had little kids here. In fact, I think there was babies here. Look at that. Look at those little baby shoes. Jeez. That right there is the what the outside looks like now. It's getting really eerie. There's even a basement. Look at that, guys. This is a huge mess. Oh, and that goes outside. Wow. There's a lot in here. Ugh, there's even food, guys. Look at that. Gross. Literally rotted food all over the floor. I'm really impressed by how large these homes truly are. It does not look large on the outside. Look at that. They even left the bed behind here. I wonder if these were tenants. Maybe. Because this is like way different than other parts of the home. But this was somebody's personal room, guys. It's just been kind of ransacked. Looks like for a little kid or a younger kid. But yeah, it's just a total mess now. Yo, how's the upstairs?
It's alright. The master's kind of cool. There's actually a lot left in some of the rooms, but then some of the other rooms are just empty.
So this is the upstairs. A lot of random knickknacks. Oh, wow. That's a fancy bed frame there. You call this a bed frame? Whatever it is, it's fancy. It's like the whole setup, unless that's a couch. But yeah, their bed is still here. Surprisingly. This house just feels kind of gross to me. It's like all updated, but like cheaply. There's like rotten food everywhere. This is cool though. This little fireplace. Clearly this, I think, was the master. Oh, what do we got here? December. Payday. December 22nd. Maybe that's when they got paid for their house. Nice bathroom. I wonder how old this house is. Look at that. You got these nice shoes here as well. Anyways, guys, I think that's the last house. Now, I think there's actually more homes completely abandoned out here, but this is the neighborhood. One of the properties that we found, one of the neighborhoods that's all been bought up entirely. This has to be one of the most surreal abandoned neighborhoods ever, just due to the size of these houses. I mean, these are huge compared to what I grew up with. I mean, these are really nice houses.
I'd come the next day to get B-roll. Come to find out, most of this was abandoned as well.
Well, folks, it is currently the next day, and look at what we have here. They have even more houses further down the street that they bought out. I cannot believe what is going on here. Like, we thought that was it. Then we found more, and then the next day we found more. Down the street, even more. So it looks like some of the properties here are still lived in, but they have bought a bunch out as well, including this house, which look at how big this one looks. It's really wide here. But let's check this one out. I'm curious on, we just stumbled upon this right now. Look at this, guys. Another modern looking house, I would say. Ah, dang it. Wasps everywhere. Oh, actually, this is boarded. They left a lot inside their garage. Here's like a secondary garage they have here. A whole lot of stuff in here. This is overwhelming, to be honest. I didn't expect this much to be here. This many houses. Here's like a lawnmower. Just a bunch more junk. So guys, it is Monday. We went on Sunday. Workers are crawling all over the neighborhood we were just at. So we got to be careful that no one shows up. These are kind of a little further away from the neighborhood, more individual houses. But I don't think anybody's going to show up right this minute. So we're going to check this house out while we still can. Look at that. They even have a horse stable. I mean, these are expensive, expensive houses. This one is probably going to be pretty gutted, so we'll go through here quick. But I'm just curious if we'll find any interesting features in this one here. You can see very active site, sort of. They're clearing all this stuff out as we speak. That's got to be expensive there. Jeez, this is a really nice house. You just imagine what this must have used to look like. They did leave stuff behind as well. Wow. Oh my gosh, guys. Really nice bathroom. Just being demolished. There's a TV right there. We got a bed. This is one of my favorite houses just because of the location and everything. What's up, dude? Yo. Another bed, mattress. This was very recently updated too. It's really sad to see like this. Now there is also a basement. Oh, they left a ton of stuff back here. Definitely like another family. Every house here, I think, was a family. That's pretty wild. Oh, look at this, guys. We got a bunch of camera equipment here. Those are just boxes now. Yep, definitely a house with children. There's lots of little kids stuff here. This must have been the original foundation, maybe, and they added on to it. But this is the stuff they didn't need, guys. This is the stuff they decided to leave behind.
All these homes in this neighborhood were being slowly gutted. This one and another one nearby were being the most gutted. This home here sold for over $4 million. It's probably because they had a lot more land and bigger buildings. There was a church next to it, which I didn't know if it was abandoned or not, but this is the day I was about to find out everything. Just a couple more houses down the street.
So folks, there is a church here that has the grass mowed. There is a house here, this guy's mowing the grass. It's like the last guy here, I think, but if we go down this street right here, I think there's a second house we might see. Yeah, so this is still lived in currently, but who knows when they're gonna leave. This is abandoned. Yep. Go down it. Go down it. Go down it. Yeah, dude, look at this. Is that it? Oh, there's two houses. Wow. Yeah, this is abandoned too, and then there's that one right there that's also abandoned. Well, here's this second property. It looks like there's 3 holdouts total. This house, a church, and then a bed and breakfast. But everybody else is gone, and we just keep finding more. I don't know how much more we're gonna find here, to be honest. But this looks like it has 2 houses here. That one looks bigger, but we'll check this one out here first. Oh, we got a bird inside this one. Check it out. There we go. Look at that thing.
Whoa. Sick.
You want to hold it?
I'm dead.
Dude, it's got eyelashes or something.
That's cute. Just don't hurt it.
So I let the bird out. But anyways, Blue Ridge Hospice donations. Don't know what that's all about, but maybe this was like the place here. Some kind of maybe business, perhaps. I don't know. It was like dog hair in there, so I think there was an animal that was living here. So maybe this was like a private residence. Bit hard to tell. And here's the second house. There's like a third house over there that's a separate property. It looks like it was under construction, actually being built. Now we got this pool over here. Nice place, you know what I mean? This house looks like they left a lot behind for some reason. I always keep saying that, but who knows? But look how nice this was. I mean, they had their own little bar back here, homemade. It looks like completely homemade. Really cool. This is the life here. Happy wife, happy life. But yeah, the garage is full of stuff. Ooh. Looks like we got like a homemade deck here. This one has a lot of furniture. Look at that. This is a cozy little house. That's what's left of the bed. Oh, and it's got like an overview. Let's go upstairs to see that. Look at that, folks. This is a nice property. Cute little cabin, would we call it? Really neat. Wow, they left all their clothes behind in this room. There's even a mattress. Look at that. So another family lived here, for sure. This is quite interesting. This might have been her room, though. Really lucky kids. This is paradise, but this must have been the girls' room, I think. But we got some more photos here in the other room. This must have been some high school thing or something. I believe. Anyways, here's the basement. This is the bar they had. That's pretty cool. I really like this house. It's a lot different. This is what they left behind here. There's some older books as well. Wonder how old these are. Tennessee, its growth and progress. How old are some of these things? Huh. This might have been a family from Tennessee, judging by the books. This is from like a Tennessee library. It's just wild to me to see such nice places go. Never gets old for me. That's the house that was under construction that's being demolished now. Looks like an old schoolhouse or something.
We went back and spoke to the man mowing the grass. He said he was hired to mow the grass as that home was a rental. The owner of that house was here. At the time, he was given a couple weeks to leave. He had still lived there at this time. Next to his house was a lady with no intention of leaving, at least at the time of filming. We went and spoke to her to find out the truth.
So we just talked to the guy mowing the lawn. He's just mowing the lawn for this property. It's a rental property. But the lady down the street owns this place, and she was offered money. And she's like one of the last people that hasn't held out or that hasn't sold yet. So we're gonna go and talk to her and see if she wants to talk either on camera or off camera. But I think they're the very last holdout.
She told us life was normal here until 2021, when the land was quietly rezoned for smaller homes. But it wasn't until the huge offers for people's houses started coming out that things had started to make sense for everybody living there. A developer had proposed a new neighborhood of townhomes and smaller single-family houses over these people's land. He gave most people an offer, and they accepted. The homes all sold at the same time, so that the people wouldn't fight about the different prices they got. But not everyone agreed to sell. The lady, for example, was in the dark about everything. She got offers but refused, and then they had left her alone for the time being. The church, however, wasn't leaving. It's typical for this to happen. The older man who owned the bed and breakfast didn't either, citing how he built the whole place himself and was too old to move. The developers left him alone as well, but he seemed to have established a friendship with the man. When I returned the next day to interview him, I found out he told the developer, to which the developer told him to cease contact and instead have me contact him. 50-50 shot, that was a good idea for me, as perhaps he was mad about my filming, which, by the way, I made this for historical purposes. I was told the developer didn't want people to know about this, as kids had just begun to find out these homes were abandoned. Out of respect, I waited till these homes were all gone, demolished. Likely now, they are not here anymore.
So even these houses have sold, the lady has told me. These people are probably later moving out, I would assume.
This guy, I don't know what happened to him, but the story doesn't end here.
But you can see even across the street, we have abandoned homes.
The plot next to all these homes were also abandoned, and there were also 2 more homes I forgot to document. One turned out to be my second favorite. But what happened here? This place was completely different, only nearby.
So yeah, there are abandoned houses on both sides of the street. Like there's this one right here. This one's all boarded though. So yeah, we got a couple more places here. This is like a little further on the outskirts, but I guess they're also building homes here. This is like a really old property, a little farm. Texas plates up there. Got some rims in there. Yeah, this one we're probably not gonna get into. It's small anyways. I mean, this has been sitting a long time though. So it appears this property is perhaps a separate entity, but all the homes on this street are also abandoned. It's quite weird. But yeah, I mean, it's weird. I think I hit up another explorer about this, and they left everything behind in these homes. So we've come across this plot of land that's just across one of the roads, and we've seen 3 abandoned farm mansions, big houses, I think even more down this road, but there's so many no trespassing signs. It's a little bit different than the other site. But this sign here has a phone number. They even installed like this fence here. It's crazy, but I'm gonna call this number and see who picks up.
Good morning, this is Choxel Lane PC. How can I help you?
Hi there, is this a real person?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, I was wondering. I found this phone number on a sign on a tree out here. I noticed there's 3 homes that appear to be boarded up. I was wondering, is this an ongoing development, like a neighborhood that's going to be built?
I apologize. I'm not sure which matter this is regarding. I apologize. I'm sorry. I don't know very much about the situation. You said our phone number was on a tree?
Yeah.
I apologize. I don't know anything about the houses there.
Is this a law firm?
Yes, this is a law firm. Yes.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the situation is there, and yeah, I apologize. I don't have any information about
Ain't that something? They went to a law firm.
I couldn't tell you what was up with this area. There was about maybe 5 houses that were also all boarded up, and they were all owned by an LLC, but it was a different one than this other corporation that bought all these homes. There even was a home at the end of the driveway that appeared to still be lived in. Now, all these homes had no trespassing signs and cameras. They even put up fencing over everything. My only thought could be that this is a future development that perhaps has stalled. Maybe they're waiting on the money, but these homes look like they've been abandoned for a long time. I think we had overstayed our welcome in the area. There were just 2 more houses I had to explore in the old neighborhood.
Well, guys, it's the afternoon now. I forgot about this one last house. It's pretty big from what we saw. We didn't know it was actually abandoned or not, but it sure is. Take a look at this pool, guys. This could be interesting. But yeah, there's the pool. Definitely been falling apart. They might have left quite a few. I keep saying that, don't I? Forget it. They even had solar panels here, I think. Left their chairs. Wow, solar panels. Those are quite expensive. But here's this house.
This one was in a weird spot. It was directly in between the church and the bed and breakfast. I almost missed this one because it was tucked so well into the woods, but it was well worth checking out.
Anyways, here's the main part of the house. Looks like they might have had a bird or some kind of pet. A whole lot of junk up in here. That's the laundry room. They salvaged their kitchen. Must have been another family that was here too. Just judging by what we have here. Jeez. Wow. Big old room here. Definitely like the kids wrote that on the wall, I think. Quite the nice house. You could see right here, so they had a big sale for everything. Everything must go pretty much. Even had written here stuff they weren't selling, I guess. Wow, this is a nice house. It's got to be the master. Jeez. That's real nice. With that view of the pool and everything. Wow. Here's their bedroom. Ethan was one of the kids that lived here, I guess. Another bathroom. And then here was another child's bedroom. See all the little kid things on the wall. Definitely the kids just did that for fun before they left. Really clean house though. On to the basement. Let's see what we can find. Oh, that's real sad. Wow, there's even workout equipment here. Must have been their workout room. Mold's starting to develop very slightly. Must have left not too long ago. TV, couple TVs. Left the couch. Wow, this house keeps going. Definitely a lot of newer features here. They might have even had their wiring redone. I don't know. Jeez, look at this. They even had their own little basketball or something. Little playroom here. That's cool. These are some real nice stuff here. Clearly, they didn't sell everything. It smells like crap in here. Must have cost a lot though. Apparently there's a car here. They were probably trying to explore like us.
Dude, I thought those were the owners or something.
Nah, bro, they're not gonna be driving a Honda. Yeah, they were scared.
Dude. I got scared, we scared them back, so
Yeah, that's what they get.
I don't know why this house was bought out in the strange area it was, in between two holdouts who probably weren't ever going to sell. But the design of this home was definitely one of my favorites and the second most unique I've seen.
So there's also this place. There used to be like, there was workers here the other day. I don't know what they're doing. They completely took this apart. It looks like this is actually the first house that's undergoing demolition, so we came at the perfect time. I thought this was under construction. No, it's being taken apart piece by piece, I think. See, they got this beautiful patio that's been taken out. We'll take a look here. Wow. This is actually, I think, an older house. Completely being gutted right now. Wow, goes up two kind of stairs here. Looks like they left a lot behind, despite what's... I mean, look at that. They left a really fancy computer behind. I'm actually surprised. They might have left everything behind by the looks of it. But yeah, must have been an older home for sure, just based on that fireplace. It's still really large. You got that old bench there. It's interesting to see. I'm very surprised that, wow, that this much is still left. This piano, I really hope they save. Wow. This one's cool. Upstairs, they're slowly salvaging this stuff. Yeah, they even left a bed. Must be a pain in the butt to get out. Yeah, everything must have been left in here for sure. I mean, it's really, the amount of stuff in here is kind of crazy. This might have been the only ones. Yeah, look up in here. That's just proof that they really, I think they really did leave everything. These people might have passed away or something. No, it must have been a family, because look at all this stuff. There's even, this is a safe here. It's got some jewelry or something. Bunch of coins. Yeah, it looks like they attended the church that was here. Here's the basement. Oh, I forgot to bring my light. But it's all stocked here. This is what it would have looked like. Whoa. They had a crazy gun here as well. Oh, and this is their workout room. It's pretty neat. Lots of old comics right here. Those are probably gonna go in the trash. Sorry about the lighting, guys. I forgot my whatever, but yeah, just more equipment. That's kind of a weird thing. It's like 3 TVs or something. I'd like to think this was pretty old property, older than the other homes. There's some strange things here. This must have been a machine shop. Because look what they brought out here. That is really neat. Definitely an older building. And all their stuff has like genuinely been left here, just thrown about. Might have had horses in here too. I don't know if they had a pool, probably not. Nice little greenhouse here as well. And I look past this. This is insane. They have a freaking 3D printer here, a massive 3D printer or a plasma cutter maybe. Something of the sort. This is a modern piece of tech too. It's all destroyed now. But my gosh. This is not cheap by any means, guys. Jeez.
Interestingly enough, this house was actually built in the 80s, according to real estate listings. But this might have been the one where everything truly was left, but by the time I got there, it was too late. This place was actively being stripped. At least it wasn't just outright being demolished and the items were saved. But seeing the home like this, it was the first sign that the homes are now beginning to be torn down. And once this video comes out, all these homes will already be demolished. The future of the holdouts is uncertain, but I'm assuming everybody got a decent deal. This was by far the coolest abandoned neighborhood I had ever seen in my life. The size of the homes, the acreage it was on, just the price. I mean, this place was unlike anything I've ever seen. This place was the abandoned neighborhood of my dreams. All that needs to complete it would be if the roads weren't gravel. But thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching till the end. This video was really fun to make, so I'm glad you guys enjoyed it as much as I did.